Okay, so we are going to do my dad, the lion's share owner of Pepper Custom Baits. We're going to do his 4-bait pepper arsenal. So we'll see what he comes up with for his 4 baits that he feels most comfortable throwing. We affectionately call my dad Il Duce, or the Duce, which in Italian means the leader. And it's also a reference to the Italian leader Mussolini. So we're gonna go with my dad to pick out his first bait. Oh, he's in the bathroom.
So, okay. One of my old-time favorites is the inner circle jig head, which has a vertical line tie, the lead molded around it a bit. This jig head to me comes through brush, rock. You get into heavy cover because when it hits, it's a lot easier to pull that over a branch or something like my finger there than a horizontal tie that will catch, or a tie that sticks way out there. We've had this head a long time, and the reason it was named the inner circle jig was you had to be in my inner circle of friends to ever have this jig, because I kept it to myself. And it's got a good round bend hook, heavy, good weed guard, and the 3 rings for keepers and the skirt collar cover, the skirt keeper. And this is a 953 skirt. And this skirt, 953, was designed, we work closely with a lot of stuff with Yamamoto, and the 953 Flappin' Hog, which has the green on the underside. The other side is that purple, the dark green with purple and blue flake, which that's why we added purple glitter stuff on this side. And then Yamamoto came out with the Cowboy, same thing, 953. I'll go to that when I want more action, when it's fallen. The tails on the Cowboy or the Mermaid both are very active and will draw attention to fish.
So he's chosen his first bait, which was the inner circle jig, 953 color with the 953 Flappin' Hog or Cowboy. It's a good solid choice. Good all-around jig. So what's gonna be number 2 for you?
Spinnerbait, not a favorite bait. 3/4 ounce. I throw heavier spinnerbaits than most people. I feel I can keep it just under the surface, or I can work it down, fish it almost like a jig off the bottom, or get it on the bottom and bang rocks in deeper water.
And this is the Pepper Mother.
Pepper Mother.
My mom, Sheila.
Hi.
His wife, Sheila.
Sheila.
That we design, we call it kitchen sink, because it has just about a little bit of everything. It can be fished on a chartreuse and whitehead, can be fished on a black whitehead, you know. This is a durable spinnerbait. I like the 3/4. For one, I have found that if I'm even fishing shallow, I can throw it, it'll come through, I can bring it back at 1 foot, 2 foot underwater. If I want to go deeper, if I find fish that you know they're maybe hanging on a rock pile or something down in 12, 15, 20 feet of water, I can let it go to the bottom, pop it up off the bottom and drag it slowly through, banging the rocks a lot easier than I could a 1/2 ounce or for sure a 3/8 ounce. Fish faster and fish different depths of water.
So the other thing that is pretty cool about, you know, Pepper and my dad in general is that his day job is he's a dentist. So like when we design new heads, we will, you know, figure out what we want to design first. and get the hook, and then we'll get kind of a basic mold with some 2-part epoxy around the proper hook that we want. I will take the Dremel tool and get it as close as I can, but then I give it to him, and he takes it to his office, and he gets all the dental tools and dental drills out of it to do all the real fine detail work, and basically take that head to the next level. So it's pretty cool. So his second bait was a 3/4 ounce pepper hog spinnerbait with the kitchen sink spinner skirt color. So what's going to be number 3, Dad?
Okay, number 3, underspin, a weedless underspin. Comes in the green and white, all green, or chartreuse and white. So this was an idea. We love underspins. I've tried making this bait, as I think he told you, I was a dentist and stuff, and we put little bigger flanges, almost like a boat hull, to try to get it to track straighter. I noticed with a lot of underspins, if you tried burning them a little bit, they roll on their sides. This one stays a little more vertical for us, you know. And the other thing was I didn't want to have an exposed hook, and so yeah.
What he's threading on there is one of the new Yamamoto Zaco paddle tails. So they had the Zaco with the straight like fork tail. This is the new paddle tail, which works great on this underspin.
So you get a paddle tail swim bait because of the Zaco pattern that Yamamoto did. It has a lot of flexibility. You get a lot of action. The paddle tail does more, and it's weedless. So if you're fishing through an underspin and a lot of weeds or cover, grass, this comes through pretty darn well, you know. Obviously you can still catch things here, but it'll slide over. And a lot of times, I told you my last bait was a spinner bait. If I'm getting slashed at, hit, but not hooking up, I'm thinking that maybe they want a little smaller profile, still has the blade action, so I go to this bait, and a lot of times that's what works for me, is that they will eat this thing, you know, because it's a smaller profile, probably a little bit more shad looking and downsized. But that would be my second go-to bait, third go-to bait for throwing a swim pattern and an underspin.
What's going to be number 4 for you?
It's going to be a micro jig. We got 3/8 and quarters. So a micro jig. Why a micro jig? Smaller hook, smaller bait. If they're not eating the big profile jig, I'll go to this to have a slower fall, a smaller profile of a crawdad appearance for them. And there's times they won't bite that big jig, but they chew the heck out of this thing. And light wire hook on it so you get easy penetration. I'll take off these glasses here for you.
He can really see good to do dentistry and stuff, so don't let that worry you.
Yeah. All these names, I can't take credit for all these names. My son's the real creative guy with names. But we named this meat because it was like feeding them meat. They loved it. So we get to a smaller jig, and I've thrown big flapping hogs on it, but a lot of times little small things, I may take a double tail, bite it down so I have a smaller trailer behind it. And it gives a different option and approach to a jig. You can throw 3/8 in regular, you know, our casting head or a football head, you'll get it. But I like being able to trim this as much as I want to make a smaller profile for a bait.